Welcome to Mexica-News. Now, even though we would normally give you good news, this time we have to adapt to the situation and try to make the best out of it. As you may have heard, the end is here. It literally is. Later, we will get the complete report, but for now, I will summarize it into the sun is killing us. So, in today's show, we are going to talk about this tremendous event with high-level scientifics from all around the world. First of all, we're going to get to know what exactly is a solar flare. We have Dr. Pavel, who is going to explain what it is.
Thank you, Hamid. As you all know and hope, a solar flare is heading towards Earth with enough energy to scorch it. There's only a week left, so take your precautions. I will proceed to explain what is a solar flare. These flares are sudden bursts of radiation that manifest in a change of brightness in the sun. They look like long arms of fire and are known to tamper with telecommunications in Earth. This is because solar flares are magnetic energy that was stored and released in a quick fashion. The radiation emitted from the sun contains the whole spectrum of electromagnetic waves, from radio waves to gamma rays. If we could quantify the amount of energy that solar flares release, we could imagine millions of 100 megaton hydrogen bombs exploding at the same time. Now, the energy of the solar flare is even bigger than that. For the energy had never left the sun corona, but this time around, it will reach our planet. Normally, there are three stages of a solar flare. The first one, the precursor, starts when the electromagnetic energy release is triggered. The second stage is the impulsive stage, where protons and electrons are accelerated to unimaginable speeds. The third stage, the decay, concludes the flare as the emission of X-rays diminishes. Normally, this stage lasts between a second and an hour, but for this event, the stages are predicted to last for 3 days, in which the impulsive stage will reach the Earth and scorch us in our path. An interesting oddity in this event is the fact that the normal 11-year cycle of the sun is broken. Normally, solar flares are generated at the peak of the 11-year cycle of the sun, which happened for the last time in June of 2011. The breaking of the cycle can be attributed to a discompensation in the quantity of hydrogen that can be used as fuel in the solar fusion, as well as the constant loss of carbon to catalyze this reaction. This had led to an increase in the amount of stored energy that cannot be released through fusion. As rare as it sounds, the Earth stands right in the way of the flare. The conclusion scientists have reached for this phenomenon is the combined Murphy's law coefficient of 7 billion people contributed to the attraction of the electromagnetic force of the solar flare. We must remember the main principle of the Murphy's law, which states that if something might go wrong, it will certainly go wrong. And for 7 billion people, it will spell catastrophe. With this, I conclude my report. Back to the studio, Hamid.
Thanks, Dr. Pavel, for that interesting explanation. Now, up next, we're going to call Dr. Rehens from NASA via Skype. He's going to explain his possible theories that may save humanity. At the moment, Dr. Rehens is working at what might be life's new opportunity, secretly with NASA, according to my sources. Anyways, let's hold him to hear his theories and his project. Hello, Dr. Rehens. Please tell us about your theories.
Good morning, Hamid. Thank you for this opportunity. Good morning, Mexica-News audience. I'm Dr. Hosham, and we all know the main notice right now, which is the solar flare. Yeah, the solar flare. The solar flare will be the biggest in Earth's history. This only means the extinction for all living things in the Earth. It's impossible to survive a solar flare like this one because, on one thing, the solar flare has all the radiation that we know. Microwave radiation, heat radiation, light radiation, every kind of radiation that we know it's in this solar flare. So it's impossible to survive this. But I'm here to give you some theories of how we can survive. Now I'm working here with one theory, but well, when I arrive to that theory, I will explain it. So my first theory consists in making a big bunker, a very, very big bunker with 3 layers. The first cape will be of a nanotechnology moth that is made from nanorobots that absorb the radiation from the flare, but not all the radiation, only the gamma rays and beta rays that are the most dangerous radiation there, because um, it's the most dangerous radiation. So the nanorobots will contain that radiation. That's the first cap, the nanotechnology math. My second cap is going to be from 2 parts, one of ceramic and the other one from iron. It consists in one big cape of ceramic that wrap the iron inside. So this cape will absorb all the heat from the solar flare. Um, it will absorb the heat. The iron will absorb the heat, and the ceramic cap will protect the iron from his liquid phase. The third layer will be a 50 meters of solid concrete. 50 meters of solid concrete behind all the other 2 layers will be, from in my opinion, perfect for the solar flare, and with a little bit of luck and hope, this will work. And the U.S. government is working with this theory, is actually making the this bunker for their government, I think, and they are using my sketch, this sketch that I am telling you right now. Um, my second theory consists in sending a spaceship to Mars with DNA from all living beings on the Earth, like monkeys, cats, fish, crocodiles, elephants. Every living being on the Earth will be in this capsule. Obviously, their DNA. So this spaceship, of course, will have some persons that can help with the program of reconstruction from the Earth. Um, obviously, this project can protect people in the Earth. The people in the Earth, it's impossible to save all people in the Earth. So this this theory will preserve the species from the Earth, and of course, only if this works well. It's only a theory, but I hope this will work. That's that's the only thing I can say. Enjoy your last moments on Earth, and I don't know, be happy, man. Goodbye. Thank you, Hamid, for everything. Thank you, Mexican News, and I'm gonna continue working with the spaceship. I am the one who take all the DNA from the animals. So thank you for this opportunity, and goodbye.
Thank you, Dr. Rehens. Now, we'll come back to the program after the weather report. Jamil, how's the weather with you?
Thank you, Hamid. As you can see, the first phases of the end of the world have begun. We speculate a series of extreme climate events such as heavy storms with lightning.
Later on, during the last week of the year, several places will experiment all kinds of weather. From heavy rains, as I have said before, snowstorms in places that normally wouldn't snow, temperature increasing up to almost 40 degrees Celsius. We recommend the populations to take considerations according to the weather reports. If you live near beaches, be careful with possible tsunamis and constant hurricanes. This is Yamil with the daily weather. Back to the studio, Hamid, and don't forget your umbrella. Now, it is my honor to introduce to you our special guest on today's program, PhD psychologist, Dr. Parker. Let's hear it for him. Now, let's see what he has to tell us. Dr. Parker, please.
Hello, I am Dr. Parker and I have a PhD in psychology, and I will explain all the psychological behaviors that at the moment the human race are going through in the last few hours of life. But first, I would like to thank Mexica-News and Hamid to let me be part of today's show. It is a big honor. It is fear what moves us as humans. The fear for death is what keeps us moving in our daily life. Now, the typical question about what would you do if I only had a few hours to live has become real. So there are going to be four main kinds of reaction toward the end of the world. The first one, and the most natural, is the expression of fear. These kind of people will tend to act in a very extravagant ways, crying, shouting, not accepting the fate that it is already marked. The second type of reaction is going to be, as I like to call it, everything is going to hell, so who cares? This type of behavior is identified when the person starts doing things that they wouldn't usually do. This may include breaking the law or just simply as doing things that they had never tried before. The third type of reaction is a position of abstinence, simply dealing with the fact that the world is coming to an end in just a few hours. It is not that they do not care, but it is that they know that there is no escaping to this kind of problem. I consider myself in this category. At last, the people who, despite all the scientific proofs, they will not believe that the world is coming to an end. Skeptical people. I have talked about humans' behavior, but also recently the animals have felt that their end will come soon. Polar bears have migrated to hot beaches to at least know what is heat. Penguins are trying desperately to learn how to fly again. Fishes have committed suicide from all around the world. Mother Nature is wise, and only she knows why are we getting this kind of punishment. Now let's talk about the sensations that we will experiment when the solar flare actually hits us. The ones that are lucky will die instantaneously, but the rest will suffer from a slow death. The brain will be exposed to high levels of radiation and heat that will lead to a result of total numbness in the entire body, with painful eventual contractions. It is expected that the maximum that you will be capable of surviving will be just a few horrible hours. My recommendation as a PhD psychologist, it is to be happy. The last hours that we have left. Do not worry about that, it is only natural. I hope that I have helped on the latest events. Parker out.
Earlier this day, I interviewed a random person, and the questions that we made were these ones.
I don't know if there's something we can do about for saving about that disaster. Maybe some guys at the NASA or guys who work studying that kinds of things. Maybe they have an answer, but honestly, I don't think there's something we can do about it. I just want to say hi to all my friends. If tomorrow is the day we're going to die, hello to all my friends, to my family, and I hope you don't get killed by a flame. Good luck.
So, thank you for staying with us here at Mexica-News. We'll see you tomorrow with more about this end of the world. Or maybe not.